Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ebony Championship Wrestling, the podcast where the square circle comes alive and we deep dive everything WWE from a diverse perspective. Join our Survivor Series team tonight as we recap the wrestling week. Griff gives us another rendition of Griff's picks, and we give our predictions for Survivor Series coming up. I am the Jackie Miles, and there's no chance in hell your team is better than mine. Montay, a.k.a. Coach Montay. Griff, a.k.a. Griff Nation. And behind the scenes, hidden on the backup dancers, is the wise man, B. Dix. Welcome, gentlemen. How was the week? Coach Montay, start us off, brother. How you doing, man? Everything all right?
Oh, man, doing well, man. It's like we said, we can't complain down here. Getting ready for the holiday. Got our fam. Yeah, Jackie is down here, so getting a chance to kick it and catch up and getting ready for Thanksgiving. The family's well and everybody's good. Aunts and our sister cousins and her new husband. So hanging out with the fam and getting ready for the grub down on Thursday and watch some good football. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully the Lions and of course my boys get a dub and and go and take us into a good weekend getting ready for this Survivor Series War Games and great anticipation. It was a great week of wrestling, man. The go home shows not bad on either night. So but yeah, other than that, man, it's good to see y'all boys and let's get ready. Got a good weekend ahead. So hopefully the shows don't disappoint. Yeah, but good to see y'all.
Indeed. Griff, man, how you doing? What's going on?
Man, I'm good. I feel like I just had a PLE and then a Monday Night Raw and NXT all in the last 72 hours, man. And back on the grind it is, man. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, man. Survivor Series around the corner. As you know, had a couple live events I attended this past Sunday at home, and then last night in Grand Rapids for Raw before Survivor Series, man. We're going to lose to that in a minute, man. But other than that, man, I'm fine. I'm great. I'm ready rock and roll with you guys, man. We got a good holiday weekend. Our Lions and also our Wolverines had some nasty challenges this weekend, but at the end, they both pulled them off. So we're happy about that. And we know what's coming this Saturday after Turkey, man, which is the big game for us to lock in and focus on. So here we are.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I could not forget to shout out my boys, man. It is a bet. So they continue to disrespect us. So it is a bet. We get it done this weekend. And
we
go
get
back
everybody this week, man.
CFP,
forget everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. How you doing, Jackie? Good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
Exciting week ahead. It is good to see you boys, man. I am good. I'm just trying to get through to the Thanksgiving break. As you all know, I am a school teacher.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm just trying to tell the kids not to kill each other. Because between me and Whitney Houston, we have nothing. I have nothing.
Bro.
So yeah, man, I am excited about wrestling because that gets me out of the actual real world and puts us into this world that we love. So let's go ahead and jump in.
Some fire shows, man. SmackDown started us off with a bang. Can't say enough about this show. Gentlemen, Damage Control, the new and improved, what we call it, Damage Control promo. My first question for you guys, obviously, what do you think is going on? Like, is it, because the first thing I thought about, Jackie, and I thought about the hyenas in Scar at the end of Lion King. When they all jumped, they all jumped. I think this one for Bailey. So what did y'all think about, how we started out that promo and getting the night going with them?
Listen, ain't no thinking. The writing is on the wall. I just watched that whole segment during one of my intermissions today, and I just seen the disgust, the tiredness, and it's just a matter of time that the mentor, the leader, whoever, the coach, the student's going to turn on them someday, and here we are. And I'll tell you what I saw yesterday, I seen Miss King Coda walking pretty fine to the arena yesterday. So I think it's a matter of time that we're going to fake this injury, and then when that back is turned, we're going to get up and we're going to take that crutch and go off, and that's going to be the end of Bailey.
Jackie?
It's too many other elements in that group for it to be Dakota to take her out.
Bruh.
Asuka's a part of that situation. She
Mm-hmm.
got beef with Bailey. Kyrie got beef with Bailey. Io got beef with
Wow.
Bailey. It's too many people in that group outside of Dakota because Dakota really don't have no issue with her. She just in the group, right? So
Yeah.
it's too many other issues in that group for it to be anybody, for it to be Dakota. But I definitely think somebody gonna take her out the game because these women haven't even gotten into the ring yet as a group, right? Like obviously damage control is his thing, but like when you add Kyrie and Asuka to the situation, they haven't even gotten into the ring with this group yet. And I just feel like they gonna whoop some ass. I said it last week after we talked. I said it the whole time. I just got a feeling that they gonna continue to whoop some ass. They doing it backstage. Wait till they get into the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let me reiterate the crutch scene. I don't mean she's gonna be the one that's gonna take Bailey out and go off. I mean she's gonna be the one to strike first, and then the rest of the hyenas are gonna just rip her apart.
Yeah, I kept saying to myself, like, "Are you sure you're the mastermind of this, girl?" And it's get to the point to where it looked unnatural. If y'all notice, right, to where
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
even the crowd picking up, to where Bailey just looked. It's all over. It was all over Facebook. I was scrolling. They already even fans that don't even watch WWE like that, who you can just watch that segment and know that they're gonna turn on the fearless leader anytime, man. But yeah, it looked kind of forced. Bailey trying too hard, and I to see them three Kabuki warriors and Triad look at her like that. You knew the writing was on the wall. I thought that was pretty funny. That's just making it awkward. But yeah, Bianca
Mm-hmm.
backstage, basically, the Grim Reaper. Anybody who talked to Bianca got their ass whooped. So what
I
y'all think
love
about
the
that angle?
story.
Yeah.
I love the storyline of it, and in the sense that like we're gonna beat up anybody that has the opportunity to be your partner. But I
Yep.
also think that it shows the weakness of SmackDown, right? Like I think it like
Mm.
first of all they had to call
It
Becky
did.
Lynch over from Raw in order to get her to be involved in this situation. And then they only beat up two people. They beat up who? Zelina,
And Mia.
Mia Yim, and that was it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so think about
That
that.
was it.
Like
That was it.
that's all that's in the back. That's all that's backstage right now as a part of SmackDown.
Right.
Like it just shows the weakness of that women's side, and you already have 5 women on damage control side, and that's great and all, but it
Yeah.
just shows like there's nobody on that SmackDown side. There's no women in the back. You had to bring Becky Lynch all the way over from Raw just to have somebody else to get involved with this. It's so many women on Raw. Like, please make an adjustment so we can have more women on SmackDown and like give them some time
Yeah.
because we're not getting enough time for those
Yeah.
women.
Griff,
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
Griff.
ask you. Yeah, Griff, I'm gonna ask you. Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead, Griff. If you want to add to that before I ask the question. But
Oh
go
no
ahead.
no no!
Mhm.
No, I'm ready for the question.
Do you guys think that Becky and Charlotte have mended fences? Or
Mm.
this is a one night deal, kind of like similar to Seth and Cody, or do y'all think they've kind of they figured it out? What do y'all think? Help Griff or whoever want to go first.
I will say I probably believe, and again, this is what I believe. I think it's a mix of both. I
Hmm.
think there was somewhere in there, and with both of them being, keeping their personal relationships on the private sector, there could have been a forgiveness and apology somewhere down the line that we don't know about.
Mhm.
I think after the last couple of years, people
Hmm.
grow, people mature, people move on, and people forgive and things like that. We're in the same business, so there could be a mutual thing that we don't know about. Because I don't think if even like if you think about it, the last couple of years when they had their final match in 2021, I think it was, and you could kind of tell the heat and tension was there even after that opening matches of our series between those two, and they went their separate ways, they all shows. But in this case, I think it's just a mix of both. And then two, I think a bigger thing is
Hmm.
Becky looked like she would been a bigger draw. When we talking about war games and another woman fitting in with that. And also, man, just not trying to look too far down ahead, but I think we're starting to get a seed planted in the ground that a possible 4 horsewomen
Oh,
could be returning also soon too, and that could maybe somewhere down the line go against these new Kabuki Warriors or the new Damage Control, whatever they call. So to answer your question, I think it's kind of a mix of both, because if it wasn't, I don't think they would have had Becky and Charlotte involved, like this.
Gotcha. What you think,
Yeah,
Jack?
at some point they had to mend fences, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
in order for them to just be in the same ring. Because at one point this wasn't a kayfabe thing. This was a shoot
Yeah, they had real
situation.
beef.
Like
They had real beef.
yeah, like this was actual like feud, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for them to even be involved in the same storyline, yeah, they both want to make money. They both understand the business, but this was intense for them. So for them to get back to this point, I think at some point somebody had to sit them down and talk money and talk business to them.
Correct.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's I think if Seth, comparing it to her husband with Cody, put it aside, personal feelings aside. Let's make this money. Griff, you made a good point. The bigger draw, and I think we talked about last week who could be that person to step up. I know we mentioned Cora Jade. I know I had Jade Cargill. So yeah, I think this was the right call. Because I've been getting some, I'm not sure, Griff, if you've seen it, how often you read, but there's been some rumors about Jade not, I've seen some reports that she's not doing well with their training, and then some saying that they're just waiting on the right time. But did y'all see anything on that? As far, I know, side note, but nothing about Jade's progress.
Well,
Speculation.
Speculation is all it is. Yeah.
Go ahead, Griff. That's all I got to say.
I was gonna say it's all
Gotcha.
speculation, and like I said it before, I don't know what episode number it was, but in Indie and AEW trainers and training is not WWE training. That's one thing. Two, I feel like, and Jackie alluded to this too, you're bringing her in and you giving her all this superstar carpet right away. So you have to bring her in at the right moment, the right time, and groove her. Even just bring her in to tease, get her off TV for a few days, let us forget about it, you know what I'm saying? Then bring her back in. But I always felt like her debut should be made at the Rumble. I don't think this was smart for them not to do Survivor Series, all because you just put Damage Control together and then you bring her in. So now, do you make Jay lose her debut match, and do you make Damage Control lose their first debut thing too? So that would have been smart not to bring her in the Survivor Series match, and that type of match too, because that kind of ruins her first WWE debut career, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Yep, that answers it. I know, Jackie, you just said speculation, so I was just curious to see if y'all had heard that, scrolling through, stories.
Well, the thing is, who's to say she has to debut? Yes, they showed her. Yes, they showed her backstage a few times, over and over again. Like we were really, really thinking okay, here she comes.
Yeah.
But who's to say she needs to come out right away? Griff's right. These are two totally different companies, two totally different ways of doing things, and it takes time to adapt. It takes time to adjust. So I say, I agree. Royal Rumble makes sense. Let her come out during Royal Rumble.
No doubt. She'll still get
maybe
popped.
I don't think she wins it, but let her come out during Royal Rumble, and then let's see where she goes from there.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
But
so
hold on, the person that shouldn't be in the match is Shotzi. Not to say she shouldn't be in the match, but she shouldn't be in the match. Nothing about her makes sense. Okay, stop, Brian. No, no, absolutely nothing about her says oh, she deserves to be in the match. You said it yourself, Griff. Star power. They had to bring Becky Lynch because it made sense. This is a gun that we can bring over here. But why is Shotzi in here? What's the point of her?
Yeah,
the hair cutting thing. Come on,
I'm saying the beef with Bailey, but that's still not enough credit. That's still not credible enough.
But remember what I did say. So remember what I said too. SmackDown need more women power, and like you said, Jackie.
Exactly.
And when I watched them segments and promos with the women from SmackDown, all I could think about was when Bianca said, like, what else we do? You got to make the call. And I'm like, dang, y'all got no other women. Like, okay. I'm going to a different lane real quick. Just last night, there were 8 women in a 8-man tag team match, and that literally is the whole SmackDown roster. You get what I'm saying? On Raw. So you had Katana and them, that's 2. Indy and LeRae, that's 4. Italian Tegan, that's 6. And then Ivy and Shoes Please, Maxine. So that's 8 right there. That's not even including Raquel and Naya, who went earlier. That's not including Becky and Zaya that went earlier. So that's 12 right there. And now you talking about you took out 2 women. It's like we got nothing else. So now we got to put something for Raw. There it was. So I was like, dang, that just really proves my point. Like, y'all really ain't got nobody, no star power. Then Shotzi. I got nothing against Shotzi, but with a starting lineup like that, like she just don't fit.
Brent does. Jackie does.
Trash. Take her out of the trash.
Build her up. Like, build her up. Like, do something. This is like real life heat, Brian. Thank you. This is all I'm saying is give me a reason to root for them. Like, even like as much as I despise Natalya and like I don't think anybody can get behind her, at least they won the match. Okay, cool. Now you deserve the shot. At least that. I don't think you're gonna win because you're dry toast. But I do think you at least deserve the match. Shotzi has done nothing. Why are you here? Just because we only got 7 people on this roster and we needed somebody else? Oh, okay, say that.
Oh, right.
So why are we putting 10? Why are we trying to put 8 women into this match if we only got 7 and like most of our roster is hurt?
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me. Bring somebody else over ahead of time because those women have been hurt for a while. Liv has been out for a while. Like move somebody over into her spot so that it makes sense, and then push those people so that you knew Survivor Series was coming. Come on.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of the writers. I'm not hating on writers. I just want like stuff that makes sense to like be stuff that makes sense.
An actual star.
Absolutely.
Not even. It doesn't have to be a star. Like it doesn't have to be a star because at some point you have to build up stars.
Yep.
Right? So this is a great opportunity to get me behind Shotzi, especially if she's on the babyface side. I don't believe that Charlotte and Bianca and them can coexist. It looks fake to me. But at least like, all right, at least they're a powerhouse and they all can like join in against Damage Control. Why are you here, Shotzi? What's the point? That's all I'm asking. No hatred on a lot of hatred on Shotzi. But what's the point? Why are you here? I'm sorry, I'm off my soapbox. Sorry.
The only thing I can think of, Jackie, is the hair thing, and that's weak. As you said, trash. Yep, Tuesday night trash.
It fizzled. It fizzled. Like it gave us nothing. Like, okay, she wants to cut her hair, and then she came back, and I was like, okay. All right.
Yeah.
She looked halfway decent until she got crazy. Yeah, that crazy hairdo. I was like,
Hellraiser.
Yeah, and it went she went a whole nother direction. But on a brighter note, our heels in training, or what I call them the little heels that could. I think we can. We got a dub this weekend, fellas. The Street Profits are the number 1 contenders for the Undisputed. So yeah, what do we think? Our thoughts this week on our boys, our heels in training.
I'm gonna tell you what someone told me yesterday, and this person was not African American by any chance, but he made a great strong point.
Yeah.
He literally said the Street Fighters can go on a 20-game match win streak, and till they figure out how to balance and be the gangsters and thugs type heels and make a run, then that's when I'll be a believer out of him. When he said that, it shook me like,
wow.
Well, you kind of said what we said, but you kind of went a little bit more blunter. But I would take that one. But they said no, they got it. They just got to figure out like you can't just win 1 or 2 and then like try to be nice and be happy, and then you go on this heel run when someone makes you mad. So absolutely, yes, he did.
You're right, wise man.
But that's
What you think?
real though. Like
That's
Yeah,
real.
that's
that is
so
real though. I gotta
real
respect that. Yep, go ahead, Jack. Yep.
because they have to go vicious villain. Like it cannot just be this like, oh, we upset, we mad now thing. Like it cannot be this. I've said this for 3 straight weeks on this podcast. It cannot be them just being like, oh, we're healed now. Like you gotta
Right.
like you need to interrupt some matches. Like you need to like give me Monday Night Raw Kane when he just like his music would hit in the middle of a show and he would just walk out, choke slam everybody,
Bro,
and then go back into the
yes.
And
back.
then do his. And then do his.
Yes.
I need
Yes.
I need I
Yes.
need you to
You know,
interrupt
for
some
real.
matches.
Bro.
That's what I'm saying. I like
Bro.
you need me. I need you. I need to hate you. Like or I
Give
either
me
you need
a
to be as
mother
vicious as possible.
bleeping reason. Yep.
Yeah. I just or I need to hate you. Like you need to do something that makes me hate you. Like attack somebody that I extremely love. Right? Like
Mhm.
I don't know, throw Mae Young off the side of the thing, off the stage. Like that makes me hate you, right? Like you know what I'm saying? Like the example. You get what I'm saying? Like throw go on and toss her.
Our viewers definitely got to see this last chat.
Hey, you literally took me back and made me think of was it Bubba Ray jumped off the Titantron and power bombed through the
Power
table,
bomber,
bro.
right? Power bomber straight through the table. Give me that.
Bro.
Oh shit.
Hey.
Give me that. Power bomb
Listen.
Shotzi. Yes, Brian. Thank you. Yes. Power bomb Shotzi through the table.
Listen, man.
It worked
bruh.
for me. That's
No, but Jackie,
entertaining.
you
now,
won't. No, Jackie, you
now
on
I
point.
care if Shotzi is alive. Like, right? Like
You on point with that, Jackie, though. You on point. Who on SmackDown could they attack that we care about, though? That's interesting. Maybe they attack somebody of stature, like LA Knight or something. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud, but somebody
the
of star
problem
power.
is the problem is the people we care about is the bloodline. And if they attack the bloodline, they better come with every piece of ammo they got.
Everything they got.
So
Right.
I don't think they're ready for that one.
They don't want that fight.
You know what they should
Don't go on
know
that
what?
street yet, bro. Don't go on that street yet.
I don't think they
Nope.
will do it. I mean, I don't think they'll be ready for this. But I think what really will turn the tables for them is they go to Raw every week for like a couple weeks and just start destroying tag teams backstage, interrupt their matches. Like go cross shows. Even the same with NXT. Like do something that wake them up. Like, hey, we going to Raw. We gonna destroy the Creed brothers. We gonna go to NXT. We gonna get these cats. SmackDown. We gonna do this. Then we going to Raw. We getting Gable Otis this time. You know what I'm saying? Like you making statements on all shows saying, look, we here. You know what I'm saying? Like this is that's it.
I'm gonna give y'all an example. I'm gonna give y'all an example how I know it's a joke. Because if y'all paid attention when they came out, when they do their pose or whatever before they start walking down the aisle to the ring, when they, you know how the way heels, it's old school book. When you coming out of the aisle, I don't shake the crowd's hand.
Yeah.
This dude, he was getting ready to shake this dude's hand, and he did this. Oh, I'm gonna slap my hair back, and they just laughing at him, not even taking him serious. That's how I know it's a joke. Like you're not evoking any emotion out of the crowd. They are laughing at you fools. Excuse my French, but yeah, they laughing at y'all.
Listen, this heel run is giving Coach Prime in Colorado. Coming out strong. We're behind you. We're rooting for you.
And now you don't make a bowl game?
We're struggling down the stretch here. We're getting some wins. However, they're not the wins we thought we were going to get out the gate. And we got to rebuild. This is what it seems. It seems we need to rebuild as the Street Profits, and something needs to change.
So the
maybe
question back to you,
to Griff's point, maybe switch conferences, go attack some other people. Because clearly,
fellas, before we move off this though, B-Fab, who wasn't looking that bad by the way, talking about B. Lashley, do you think she could save them, guys? What do y'all think? Is something brewing here? Like, what do you think, Griff? Yeah, what you think?
She could replace Shotzi in the Survivor Series match.
Nah, bro.
Yes, Griff. Yes.
Yes, boy.
Hello.
Yes, boy.
Yes,
She could
Griff.
replace Shotzi. I forget. Hey, she could replace Shotzi in that match. I mean,
Let's go.
what
are we gonna do this week?
We're gonna
Beat up Shotzi.
Hey, maybe she might make a statement and take her backstage in Chicago and enter the match. Who knows,
bro.
But
Yes,
yeah. On a serious note, hopefully B-Fab can say today. But yeah, your thoughts on both of y'all thoughts on B-Fab before we move on.
I love it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, go back to my man when he tweeted out and said, like, hey, now that I'm gone, I hope they give her the mic and her opportunity because she can talk, she can rap, she can flow. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I think this is gonna be great for her, and that's gonna boost and catapult them, but just need them doggone profits to just like, okay, Tez, we know that you got your show out. We know you and Bianca's are fan favorites. Y'all still be fan favorites, but hey, this gonna boost your stock up even more, bro. Like, hey, tell Triple H or whoever, man, yo, let's go to Raw and dominate over here. Like, that's why the game is in a place. He likes to listen to them ideas. This ain't Vince no more. Say, look, give them, pitch the idea, yo. Let's go to Raw and let's tag the New Day. Let's tag whatchamacallit, the Creed brothers, like whoever. And then let's go to NXT and make statements. I'm sure they'd be like, oh, yeah, that's a good point to put y'all over. But back to B-Fab, though, man, yeah, I think, like, she should take really control of the mic situation and just, like, say, look, I got this. Y'all sit back. Let me do this. Like, she need that little bit of that, that power.
Yeah.
The thing is like we keep saying we need a reason to hate them, or we need a reason to like see the vicious side.
Right.
Nobody in the group has been able to tell us why they're heels, why we should hate them. Bobby just said we're going after gold because that's all Bobby can really talk about, right? That's all Bobby can really say. B-Fab will have the opportunity to say, like, you should hate us or you should dislike us because we are this, we're that, we're the other. So B-Fab gives them the opportunity to elevate themselves as heels because now we can establish why we need to hate you. We haven't had the opportunity to boo them yet. Like the only heel thing that we've seen them do is attack after a match, or like you said, Coach, them coming down the aisle and not shaking hands, right? That's the only heel things we've seen. But at least B-Fab gives them the opportunity to say, like, we are heels because of this, that, and the other.
Bro, that's it. Hopefully she can say it today, man. I'm hoping and wishing. One of my favorite spots of the night. I'm sure y'all can agree with me. The boy said, "Never meet your heroes. Never meet your heroes." Santos Escobar showed his ass this week. I'm like, no, really, fire emojis all throughout it. Like with the Tony Montana tribute. If y'all noticed that, the Tony Montana suit. He did his thing. Very savage promo on Ray. Yeah. What's your thoughts, gentlemen? What you think, Griff?
I actually was putting it in the chat as we speak, but one of my crazy moments was Zelina coming out there with her emotions and slapping the living dog out of him.
Yeah.
But that was great storytelling between the two because she went straight in her emotions, and
it was good.
And we all kind of knew that Carlito was going to be doing like the first one and like come and try to defend Ray and everything. But man, like the tribute that he did and that promo, and then how the crowd was like, I mean, if y'all noticed too, even like Michael Cole and the commentators were like telling the story like, yo, man, screw you, you was wrong. Like they were like helping edging on that story as well too. So for me, it looks like, of course, they're really going to be big on pushing this heel thing real big. I can already see the commentators are already like in their notes and their story mode trying to push that heel character form as well.
Him on a heel run like is the thing to do.
Yeah.
But I did say this last week, like him leaving Legado, man, like those guys are gonna flounder and hopefully they find their footing in the tag team division. But without him without like his charisma and the way he kind of runs things.
Yeah.
They kind of
Yeah.
flounder. But I am looking forward to him. But I do hope that they bring up. I'm so sorry that I'm forgetting baby's name from NXT. She was with them in NXT. Oh, please help me out, fellas. Oh, now I can't remember her.
You remember?
She's with Lola now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
Electra
forgetting her name.
Lopez.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
Got you.
Yes.
No, you go.
If they bring her up and now they like put those two together, now we're cooking with grease now, like, right?
Yeah.
However, that leaves the rest of the LWO, like, where do they go from here? That's my question. I'm all down for the heel Santos run. I think it's going to be great. I'm excited for it. I'm a fan. I'm going to continue to root. But I do have to ask what happens to the LWO because I'm a fan of Zelina, simply. Like, where does she go from here?
That's tough, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough.
Yeah.
I really can't answer that one. And the reason being is because we saw that on SmackDown on Friday, when got attacked. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole today live that women's roster on SmackDown, it seems like all the center of attention is going to be the Damage Control, Bianca, Charlotte. Like after War Games, Becky going back to Raw, Shotzi nowhere going to be in the picture again, and it's going to be Charlotte and pretty much Bianca. Here. So, I love to see Zelina move up in that rank. Yes, absolutely. But to answer the question, I really don't know because it seems like there's still something there till the others are completely down or no more in the picture. And then what's next for her, So I hope she gets a run, but I just don't know right now. That's an icky one.
I seen Zelina on IG getting down with her with Aleister Black. They were getting some ring work, and she's getting better and better. She can work.
She is.
You know what I'm saying? Like she very
and that's
great
why
in the
I'm
ring.
A fan.
It's just a matter of you're right, just finding the right storyline for her. But she should move on after this. The LWO, it sounds like it's because I told you guys, Carlito, I called it. Carlito was gonna do his own thing. And here we are. We got a Survivor Series match between those two. But back in catering as you and Wise Man, as you said last week, Jackie. Back to catering they go. I think and then this probably
good run, fellas. Good run, fellas.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted, but I think Ray avenges it. It depends on how quick. This is my thoughts. It depends on how quick he comes back from that knee. Recovering from the surgery. I mean, maybe them two at Mania if they. It depends on how it heals and how quick. The turnaround, the recovery time is usually for that. So
they don't make it to Mania though. Like they don't have enough storyline behind like them specifically.
True.
Right? Yeah. Like Santos goes off and does something else very, very quickly here. Right? Like
it could
I see Santos in like the United States Championship, right? Like he gonna go after Logan Paul, right? Or he might flip over to Raw. Like Griff, you're a fan of flipping over to Brand. Like he might flip over to Raw, go after Gunther, right? Like you think possibilities open up for Santos and Santos only from this situation.
Got you. I think him and Dom might go at it one more time.
Oh,
let's go.
So I know y'all there for that. I know y'all there for that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Someone mentioned to me last night. We were talking. Hispanic guy. He was thinking like it could be a possible farewell to Ray. It could be a mask versus hair match between Dom and Ray. If they somehow swing on back in there, but I think that's going to be way of Ray passing that torch to Dom, because Dom ain't losing that mullet like Guerrero no time soon. And that match pretty much coming off. Or he did mention too, like, hey, if Dom does get the haircut, then he might go on that. You know how, like, I think Kurt Angle, somebody did that too. Somebody did that when they got shaved their head bald. They start wearing the mask and stuff like that too. Even Vince was one time wore the wave cap, do-rag, trying to be like he was from Boys in the Hood and stuff like that. So that could be Don going to mask, but yeah, I know that's just fantasy.
To a mask would be dope.
Yeah,
like
he did it.
Going to a mask. Yeah, Dom going to a mask would be dope. And like dope. Staying in it, like like we've said it on this before, but like Dom's entrance at Mania was
the
like
best one.
probably the best of the night. Like
Yep.
between that and Gunther on night 2, but like I was here for Ray's for Dom's entrance for sure. Sorry,
And
I'm off that.
And Montay,
Sorry.
you've been a big critic to Dom, and I'm gonna tell you, I saw him up close in person, and bro has put on some weight and some muscle. It don't look like it on TV, but he has put on some solid muscle.
He's drinking his milk and eating his vitamins and lifting weights, huh? Well, it's about
Yeah,
time.
he's doing
Dom will
something.
beat your ass, coach.
What'd you say? That's literally what he
Griff
said.
said Dom will beat your ass, coach.
There
Stop
you go
talking
on
shit.
Lucha Libre. Man, hey. On a funny note, since we laughing, it looks like WWE Shop got to put a stop shipment on them Jimmy Uso t-shirts.
What
that we
happened?
Jimmy
What
Uso
happened?
goes down to LA Knight.
I told y'all that, man.
Is this the right
y'all
call?
was calling for it last week.
Right call?
I asked y'all yes,
Okay,
it is
okay,
because think about it. One, Jimmy's a heel, so therefore he can take a L and be fine, right? And then like there was no way he was gonna beat LA Knight because beating LA Knight squashes LA Knight. LA Knight is still on this run and he needs to get to WrestleMania. Some way, somehow he needs to have a match at WrestleMania. Right. And so
correct.
You cannot squash him right now. And him losing to Jimmy, especially if it's like fair, right? Like if it was like a roll up and Jimmy snuck out the ring, sure, let's go that route. But that needs to be like a quick thing. But like they built up to that match. There was no way they were going to build up to that match and then Jimmy rolled out of the ring on that. Nah, Jimmy was not going to win that match. Go ahead, Griff.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, you spot on everything you said. Jimmy, of course, I'm waiting for that merch, but yeah, Jimmy, he was gonna lose that because I mean, if he did win, I mean, now you squashing LA Knight back to the bottom of the totem pole. You know, yeah, of course we know he wasn't going to beat Roman, but now if you got Jimmy beating him, and then now that means Grayson Waller got to beat him. Now that means Austin Theory got to beat him. Now that means the next low level person that's on Superstars got to beat him. And now this dude, so it's like you wasted this time. You created a match at SummerSlam just for him to win and get a pop. And now you squash him and buried him like that. Now that's what burying pretty much is. And now you put him on squashing him down. But Jimmy is entertaining. But then you got to also look at too. We're still in a bloodline storyline, but this is a different phase of the storyline. That there's no Roman, there's no tribal chief. It's just the family members just off doing their thing. Somewhere in there, Roman's going to come back and have to bring some type of order. And this probably could be like a little conflict and belief down the line between Roman and Heyman as well too. Like, yo, I had you off to take care of this business while I'm at home, and you letting this get out of control. So now I'm back. Let me handle this, and you take time off. Who knows?
Yeah.
But Jay had to lose because, like Jackie said, heels can lose and still bounce back. Where we're in this phase in that storyline, what, fourth inning now? We never knew what the fourth inning was. So fourth inning can be, all right, everybody for themselves right now, but sooner or later, I'm going to come back and bring order, and I'm going to start cleaning the house.
Roman is still treating Jimmy like a stepchild, even from afar. It is not even close. Y'all noticed when they started that match, Paul said, "Oh, I got to take this call," and they left him. They left him there. They didn't even stay there to support the match. So there's all your clues right there. Like, okay, they still playing with him. You know, he's still playing clown, but at the end of the day, Roman's still gonna kick his ass at some point. And it's just a matter
Which
of
is really good story, right?
It's great, yeah.
Which is really good story because
Mm-hmm.
that adds elements to an invisible character who we want to be visible, right? So it seems like he's there when he really isn't. You know, we know he isn't. We know Paul's not really calling him, but at the
He's
same
still
time,
pulling the strings.
you know, it goes with the story. We good with the story.
We're good with it. Good with it.
It's a good story.
Good. Shifting to Monday night. You know, Griff, he said it was a good show there in Van Andel in Grand Rapids. It was all right, right? Starting the night off with a Drew promo. Drew said, "Put some respect on my name. Stop accusing me. Shit that I ain't tell y'all. Like, hey, roll with me. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm being 100. So my question, y'all. Well, first of all, what y'all think? Two questions. What y'all think about the promo? And is he really? Is this a thing with Judgment Day? Or is he just going to continue to focus on his vengeance angle with Jay? So what y'all think about Drew starting the night off?
You want to go, Jackie?
Here for it. You've been calling for it, Coach, for a while now. You've been calling for the heel turn, and I don't even think it's a true heel turn. It's just he's standing on his truths, right?
Yes.
And I don't disagree with him at all. Everything he is saying is absolutely true. It's just against all the people that we truly want to root for, and that's what makes him on the heel side. I agree that Damian and them should not trust him.
For sure.
I love the addition of JD McDonough to Judgment Day, 1000%, and I think they can trust him so much more than they can trust Drew McIntyre in this situation.
True.
And Wade Barrett was calling, or I think it was Wade Barrett was asking who was going to be the combustible elements between which side was going to explode. And I think it's going to be the Judgment Day is gonna jump Drew, some way somehow, and that's how the face side gets the win. But I think things explode because Drew it doesn't get along truly with the Judgment Day. But Drew is standing on his truth.
Gotcha.
I agree with the standing on the truth. Technically, it's heel, but it's really not a heel if you think about it. It's just that whole Drew McIntyre that was coming out high-fiving, laughing with the fans. He's just like, right now, I'm on some personal stuff right now. And by the way, I was going to ask y'all if members correctly. I just need confirmation. But isn't this the second time Jey Uso lost to Drew McIntyre in a main event of Raw? Fair and square?
I was going there, but you
no
already
Judgment
there.
Day?
You already there, homie.
I was trying to be nice because I seen a wise man threw like a shot in the chat when I sent the picture with Cody, and I try to be supportive to the bro, but God, dog, man,
You're so disappointed in him.
But
you are so disappointed.
Just L's.
But to his defense, I do agree with the fact that if you think about it, the heels always are the ones that got the upper echelon advantage going into War Games. So it was
all the time.
Again, Drew comes out, catch that promo. He's going in this direction. You can't have someone who's been on Raw since September and Jey Uso, who hasn't won a match yet. All of a sudden, when Drew makes his turn, you squash Drew. Because now you're doing like LA Knight. You're squashing him, putting him back down under again. So it made sense that Drew had to win fair and square and make that statement. But yeah, it's 2 times you lost to Drew, bro, in the main event in less than a month now? But no, that opening segment was great. I mean, of course, I didn't get my opening pyro. That's another story. But for the simple fact, man, it was a great opening. Kicked off that energy, man. But to Jackie's point, where I believe it's going to be a different flip flop, I think it's going to be more that somewhere in there. I don't think it's going to happen at Survivor Series, but that low key show is going to be that Raw Nashville after Survivor Series, and I got a funny feeling that Damian might get kicked out or something going to happen with him out that group.
Coach? I said that a few from jump. The same way they did old Edge. They can do Damian, especially if he jockey in position with Rhea. Rhea's smiling in his face right now. Like, oh, okay, yeah. You're right. So she's playing along with him right now, but I can see that too. My thing on this entire deal is that I respect Drew. Like he said He said, "Y'all, my true fans know where I'm coming from." He said, "So y'all should know. Y'all know me better than that." He said, "This is about family." And I guess his moment at Clash at the Castle, went the other way. So that's when I
He ain't
got
let it go.
invested in it. Yeah, he's
Which
not
is
gonna
a
let it
valid
go,
point.
and that's
Yeah.
valid. So
Which is a valid point.
I got to roll with him. I have to roll with him on this one, but I enjoyed every minute of it. I'm here for it, and I'm anticipating some fireworks in that cage, man. It can go either way. We don't know where it could go.
It's
Totally
gonna be good.
unpredictable. It's gonna be
War
very good.
game.
Can't wait
But
for it.
the biggest thing though, the biggest thing is we all knew pretty much who the fifth person was, and that's been my spoiler for the longest, and my spoiler's finally coming to fruition. But back to this storyline of the bloodline, here we go again. Like, Jay's in the middle of a lot if y'all really, really think about it. He got his brother he dealing with on the other show. Somewhere in there, him and Cody, because now it seems like him and Cody might have a little issue because you seen that look on his face, like, bro, like, you bringing this dude back? Like, did you realize, like, what me and my brother did to him, and let alone Drew on my neck because what we did to him, it cost him the belt. So he's in the middle of like a whole bunch of different crossfires. And then let's not forget too, the biggest sleeper out of that story too is, and even though they're not showing it much right now, but somewhere down the line, Sammy and him going to have something probably brewing real soon. Some going to instigate and tease that up. So it's like, oh, maybe the storyline is both of them go separate, but then they got to deal with, oh, it's making sense now. It just came to me, fellas. Maybe this is the part of the story where everybody who had beef with Roman taking his time off and just purposely letting his twins take the heat in the battle. Instead of them getting revenge on Roman, they taking the revenge out on both of them. That's what the story. We don't know. That's what it could be, but that's what it seems like. And now, with Orton come back, we don't know what he gonna be on. Is he gonna be something on Jay? Because I honestly think that he's gonna turn on Cody, in my opinion.
That's what Jackie said last week to set up their feud.
And you kind of got to go there first, and
that's
to welcome him back, right?
That's the best probability for that to happen. That's probably, the real wrestling connoisseurs and, the people that study creative, they're already calling for that. So that's right. Yeah, that's where they could go.
I did see something today that Randy Orton coming back from back injury, back surgery, back fusion surgery, and he goes right into War Games.
Yes.
All right, let's get this started. Let's test
no
that back out
match,
right off
no
the
nothing.
bat.
43 years old.
No warm-up
match.
Let's
go, baby.
Nothing.
Come on. Great point, Brian.
Great question.
That's a real question. That's a real question. Can he do a finisher? Like, I'm sure he can. Like, he was always in great shape, right? Like, his body was always pretty good, So for him to be able to do what he was doing with his back before, and to now have this surgery, like, I think he bounces back and does fine. But that's a very valid question.
Very question.
Can he actually do his finisher over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? Like, how many times can you do that RKO before it really starts to kick in on you?
Question. Right. Does Rhea get RKO in War Games this week?
You've been waiting on that one, too. You've been waiting on that one, too, bro. Nah.
We're all calling for it. We're all hoping.
She gonna find a way in the cage. She gonna find a way in the cage. After she get done, after she get done cheating against Zoe, she gonna find a way to get in that match too. No doubt about it. So that's no other way.
I'm good with that.
I'm good. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Face to face. This is actually, and these dudes keep raising the bar each week, man. Getting ready for this feud. I'm here for it. Popcorn ready. Miz and Gunther just every week I applaud them every week. They just keep setting it. It got real personal this week, So
did it ever?
Some respect. So what y'all think? What y'all think about that?
Did it ever? That man said you were bullied. You were bullied in school for being a little weirdo,
bro.
Like these people on the internet. You were bullied. And then you got here and you were bullied again for
bullied
being a
again.
little weirdo. For being a little weirdo. And you know what? It's high time somebody bullied you again. So I'm going to beat your ass
I'm gonna push you.
and bully you and show you what it's about. And I'm here for it.
Bruh, what you think,
Point
Griff?
blank.
That's crazy.
That was a great promo, man. I'm gonna go on a limb, man. I really want the Miz to win this one this week.
Cause you feeling sympathy?
Absolutely not. No. The reason I'm saying that because if you listen to the Miz promos when they came to him, he was spitting straight facts. Like there was a point in that promo yesterday that the Miz like literally like went hood on
Go ahead, Griff. He didn't mean to interrupt your thought there. It's funny as shit, but go ahead.
Oh no, I just it's the promo that just went forward that when he stepped up to him and said like all the facts, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, he
I the
did.
one that brought this back and I one that refurbished this and you wouldn't even be here having this if it weren't for me to bring this live back out again. So I'm rooting for the Miz this week. And if he doesn't get it, then that's okay. Gunther streak's alive. More kudos to Gunther. But I'm really behind the Miz this week.
Yeah,
for sure.
I love the flow. The ring psychology is that Miz is still being himself, and the crowd is like I think you made this point last week, Jackie. The crowd can still cheer heel moves. By him doing the the low blow with the once he decided to fight back, he was still himself doing that, and it's still heelish ways, but still getting the sympathy from the crowd. And that was beautiful. I love that dynamic how they did that. Yeah, go ahead, Jackie. Yeah, something to add to that.
I think the thing that's entertaining about like wrestling for us is when it has some realism to it, and everything about this again from Drew McIntyre's promo to this feud, there's some realism to it where both sides are speaking their truths in the sense that Miz is that guy when it comes to Intercontinental Champion, right? But then when it comes to defending the Intercontinental Championship in the ring, there's nobody better than Gunther, right? And so both guys are saying real facts. And so that's what makes it interesting. And I think that's why, Griff, you can feel, the way you feel about, hey, I think Miz might pull this off. We can still sit here and say, like, I think it's going to be Gunther's situation, but it's entertaining because we don't know, right? This ain't one of the matches where we could be like, yeah, okay, this could go, this is gonna go one specific way. Nah, this could go either way, and I look forward to seeing this because I think it's gonna be a brutal match. I think this is gonna be one of those matches where Miz has to step up to Gunther's level.
Yeah.
Right? Because Gunther has put on 5-star matches. Gunther is very, very right when he says that the Miz is an entertainer. Yes, the Miz can wrestle. I understand, but Miz not putting on 5-star matches. Hopefully, he does this time.
True. Yep. Any more to add? Yep. Any more to add to that, Griff? Or that's well said. Said.
That was very well said. And again, I do agree with the fact that Miz does have to step up. Because if you think about it, Miz is a great technical wrestler and he can flow with anyone's style, but Miz is not a physical or very intense physical type heavy brawler, if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? So with Gunther, Gunther's suplexing hard. He's body slamming hard. He's doing like real deal moves and headlocks, you know what I'm saying? Everything he bringing is hard. So this ain't gonna be like a casual match the Miz is normally accustomed to. He really has to be very aggressive in this match. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna take one skull crusher finale or a sneak up stuff. He's gonna have to put like 2 or 3 of them. That's like how Cody do with his finisher. You know how you do like 2 or 3 in a row. I think it's gonna take a couple of those in a row to put Gunther down, depending on how he wear and tears on on this match. But I'm looking forward to this match because I think this is probably going to be a good 15-20 match, 20-minute match.
Yeah, it have to be. Like I said, Chi-Town, they got to do their thing. Yep, just quick highlights. Obviously, Tuesday night NXT, there was obviously the setting the stage for the deadline. Their PLE there. So we had the women's belt was on the line tonight. And then we had our boy Chad Gable and his squad, Alpha Academy, making a visit to challenge Metaphor and Noam Dar. Obviously, didn't like how to weigh that.
Entertaining match, bro.
Very entertaining. Yeah, your thoughts,
match.
gentlemen? Yeah, what y'all think about obviously the outcome sucked, but yeah.
Entertaining match just from Noam Dar and his crew, man. They put on a show now, from start to finish, from beginning to end. And I love everything about Metaphor and what they do. Adding Alpha Academy and their antics to it makes it all the more better. And very, very entertaining match from start to finish. So if you haven't seen it, please watch that match.
Even numbers, yeah.
Took everything away what I was going to say. All was entertaining, and then Alpha Academy, they already entertaining itself, so it kind of like just boosts and level everything up, bringing them into play and everything too, and making that more of a entertaining catch and watch. Now I'm gonna go back and watch it again, afterwards too, because that's just how entertaining it is. And then of course I got to see our beautiful blonde over there too. So
yeah. Yeah, quick highlights. Obviously, Lyra coming out on top. It looked like she took a ass whooping at the beginning and was able to compete. Finish it out strong, but still to put on a great match as expected. For her to looking for her to go on a little run. Obviously, if you beat Becky, if you beat the man, you need to have this strap for a while, and let's see where we can go. So that's the high point there. And then Mello, obviously we have to mention him not taking an L this week.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Go back, because what's not talked about is the performance between Xia Li and Lyra won, and then the match between Lyra and Becky on Raw. Two great matches, especially the one that was on Raw.
Her flowers, yes.
Meant to give her one on Raw.
Great point, Jackie.
One of those matches again where Becky is putting somebody over. In the sense that they put on a long match. Yes, Becky won the match, but you definitely saw all the things that Xia Li could do, and that made the anticipation for the match tonight that much better, because now you're thinking like Xia Li could actually pull this off tonight, and it was a good match. It really was.
No doubt.
Two things. I'm here for Xia Li. Always been a low-key fan of hers. Love watching her workout videos. That girl is a workhorse. She puts in work.
Yeah.
That match last night she had with Becky, I literally thought like it was a couple moments where she could have like put it away. That's just how good she is. I'm here for her. I like her. Hopefully she gets that run and that title ranking soon. Even I really thought low key she was going to probably get it tonight. Go down to NXT and get that work. I mean, what you got on Raw and SmackDown, she wasn't going to be up in that link right now, but that was good for her to go down there. But yeah, man, I'm all here for it. Even the Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Chun-Li little entrance and things that she kind of like eliminate that a little bit, just come out with that mean face and just show like But I will tell y'all something low key though. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all an Easter egg, low key. What I saw last night, and I don't know if the cameras caught it or not because I haven't watched Raw. But when Damage Control came, Xia Li literally stood in the middle of the aisle and watched the whole thing fold down. And then next thing you know, when Damage Control walked away, she walked out with them. And I said,
nah, it wasn't no Raw.
So I said,
no, didn't see it.
All right. But I'm not jumping saying like, oh, she's gonna be a news member. Like, no. Not this ain't the time right now. But it was just interesting too.
Mo ass opens for Bailey.
Yeah.
And Shotzi. We end on that note.
Yes.
And Shotzi, yeah.
What we gonna do this week? We're gonna do. We're
Beat
gonna
up
beat up.
Shotzi.
A great week of wrestling, boys. Said great go home shows. Obviously, a lot of detail every match, but just giving y'all the highlights. But yeah, what's next on the horizon here for us, Jackie?
One of our favorite segments, man. Let's move forward to one of our favorites. The latest segment, the latest installment of Griff's Picks, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Hey.
Let's go.
All right. This is going to be a different type of Griff Picks, but I'm staying on the train with this one because this is going to deal with Survivor Series. And before we go any further, man, I want to also take this time to give another shout out to Chalkline because this is the Harlem Heat throwback classic Harlem Heat jacket I'm supporting on tonight. So we're going to turn the heat up and get this heat going, man. And thank you guys again for another. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's a lot of fire and flames on this one too, man. And yeah, this is like one of my favorites right here too. So with that being said, man, I got 5 different picks. No honorable mentions, I promise. Okay, no honorable mentions. Straight 5.
This man got bullied out of his picks,
man.
Use your honorable mentions, bro.
No, I don't have none this time for real though, man.
If I'm a high school football player, I know I'm getting honorable mention with Griff. If you're on the committee,
right? Right,
right, let's do it.
Let's do it, bro.
But no, man, I'm gonna go straight to 5 because I mean it was hundreds and thousands of things. So Griff Picks this week is going to be the top 5, my favorite 5 underrated, not talked about Survivor Series moments of all time. And I'm gonna start with number 5. It's going to be no particular order, but I'm gonna start with this one, number 5. This is something that don't be talked about much, don't be on the highlights. I think everybody forgot about this one. This coming from Survivor Series 1994. And I don't know if you guys remember, but this was the championship match between Bret Hart and Bob Backlund. Well, Bob Backlund had Bret Hart in the chicken wing for like 10 minutes.
And
then Owen Hart tricked his mother about throwing in the towel, had crying and everything. And next thing you know, Mama threw that towel in. Bob Backlund won the belt, and Owen Hart went happy, skipping back in the locker room like, "I got you."
Okay.
So that was one of my.
That was.
I ain't gonna lie, I almost cried that night too, bro, because I was a Bret Hart guy, and I was like,
"That was a great." I remember that show. I watched that. Yes,
this Griff Picks is testing my knowledge of wrestling. Yes. Here we go. All right.
I watched that show. I watched that show with Papa, Brent.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that one too much.
Nice.
That's a Bret Hart match too, though. So
Shout out to Spike. Yep. See you soon,
What
Spike.
up, Spike?
Yes, and number 4, I believe the year of 2014. It was a moment that we thought we'd never see ever in WWE history that came through. In 2014 in Survivor Series, and this was the night that the Stinger debuted in WWE for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That was against the Authority, right?
Yes.
That's when. Yeah, that's when he came. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got one. All right.
Okay. Funny. No. Hold on. Funny, because I watched that match yesterday. And I was dying because Mark Henry was in Triple H's face getting his motivational speech. And it was like, Jack how the way your coach talking to his player before we get out there, kick his ass. You know the way you're getting ready to get on the field. You go, Mark Henry turns around and was talking shit. And he rolls up on Big Show. Big Show knocks his ass out. Funniest moment of that match, bro. I forgot. I totally forgot. I'm just hollering because I forgot how funny that match was. So it's crazy that you mentioned that match because I was dying laughing, man. He knocked my Henry cold out. Right.
Oh man. All right. Gentlemen, number 3. 2016, Toronto, Canada. It was a fantasy match that we all dreamed of. We talked about. We didn't think this was going to happen. It came apart. Thanks to 2K, I guess. And I don't know how Montay gonna feel about this one. Cause I know one of the guys that's in this match, he can't stand real bad, but it was really shocking and surprising that he came back and squashed the Beast Incarnate in like less than 1 minute, and that is Goldberg beating Brock.
Yeah.
Griff, just when I
There's
was
a reason
enjoying
nobody talks
Griff's
about
picks.
that moment, Griff.
Yeah.
Just when I was enjoying this segment.
But to the defense though, here's the reason why I picked that.
Yeah, go ahead.
It
bro.
wasn't the squash match and Goldberg beating Brock. It was just the fans' reactions and the commentators, like all shocked. And I think no one did not know, even the commentators did not know that was going to happen. So that was like that moment because
that OMG moment.
Exactly, because they didn't know about it. Of course, that's Vince doing. Number 2, I got a good one here, y'all. I don't know if you guys remember this one. This really took place in your backyard, Montay, in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a man who owns the Dallas Mavericks by the name of Mark Cuban in the ring cutting a promo. And out of nowhere, our boy who returned this Saturday came and hit Mark Cuban with an RKO in the middle of the ring.
That's crazy. I forgot about
number
that.
one,
about that one.
One of my favorite underrated moments, 2015 Survivor Series when Roman beat Dean Ambrose for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe 3 minutes later, Sheamus cashed in and beat Roman, took the belt away from Roman.
That was the "you look stupid" era too. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That was when he Big Dog, right? Or before he got bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roman went through the rough time. He had a rough 2016. That's right.
2015, yeah.
Brother,
well, he was dealing with the authority.
Run.
Yeah.
Man, nice.
Okay, Griff. I like this thing.
Picks.
Okay.
Nice.
In honor of the Survivor Series time,
OMG moments.
Picks. Like that.
OMG
moments.
Nice.
Bob Backlund, that was the one that got me. I do remember talking about the chicken wing situation, and I do remember that it was for an extensive period of time.
Yeah.
But I did not know that it was tied to Survivor Series at all.
Pops was like, how long they gonna have him? You know the way he was talking. How long they gonna have him in this?
Bro, like, seriously, like for 10 minutes, like I literally went to the bathroom, went in my auntie's kitchen, fixed some Jell-O. I remember, I'll never forget it. It was some Jell-O and ice cream, and he was still in a chicken wing, and I was like, dog. Then my uncle called me upstairs and grabbed something from the refrigerator for him because he couldn't get up or he was too lazy to get up. He was watching Sunday Night Football. And I came back, this dude's still in a chicken wing. Like, wait a minute. Bro, it had at least be about 10, 15 minutes. Then finally, he like, Mom, throw it at Mom. Look at your son. Like, he played. Hey, one thing with Owen, God, bro. Owen was like,
he was in his bag back in the day.
He knew how to do his character, bro. Like, he really had her. When she reached out, grabbed that towel and threw it, hey, he just ran to the locker room, bro. He didn't even celebrate. He didn't like his tears went away. He just went to the locker room like, yes, my brother not champion anymore.
That set up their Mania, their first Mania match at WrestleMania 10.
No,
that's right. Oh no, it set up the SummerSlam match when they went at it again. Yep, that's right. It set up their SummerSlam.
So here's what happened. What happened was they had their match at WrestleMania 10, which was earlier in 94.
Right. Early in 90, that's right.
Fast forward, Bret got his revenge at SummerSlam in that steel cage match. So Owen got his revenge back. Really, Owen had the upper hand. He made Bret lose the title. And remember, Nash beat Backlund and held it for a lot of time before Bret got it back again.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have a retro. We're going to have a retro day or something and go back and
Yeah, watch all
Look
the
at some
old
of these.
classics.
Yeah, watch all these old classics because I think about Brett's run at WrestleMania 10, was it? Where he went at the beginning against Owen and then at
Beat
the end
Yokozuna.
against Yokozuna. Respect to him. Not a fan, but respect to him.
Nice.
All
Yeah, but great job, Griff.
right, boys.
Great job, Griff.
Yeah, great list, Griff. All right. Look forward to the next one for sure. All right, boys, let's push on. We got Survivor Series right here on the map, right ahead of us. And so let's get these predictions going. Let's start with what seems to be Carlito versus Santos Escobar. Santos gave us that emotional, passionate speech and told us that Dom was right, and I agree.
And he,
what are our picks?
And he also wished Ray's didn't have a recovery. That was savage. That's what I'm surprised I got on the air. I'm surprised I got on the air. Like Michael Cole was like, somebody take this man Mike. Like that's how.
Yes, the story. Yeah,
I hope you get
take this man Mike.
I hope you get a nub. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. Picks.
Santos definitely goes over.
Yes,
and it goes back to our further conversation about LA Knight and also Drew. You know, you're making these shifts and these turns. You can't just be buried at the top. But yeah, Santos easily like going over.
Yes, Santos without a shadow of a doubt. This is his time. I think it was a great promo. He needs to build off that. Get him some more heat. So yeah, Santos all day.
Yeah, in my head right now, I want to say Carlito, just because I have a feeling, but I'm gonna go with the group and say Santos as well. Santos goes over, but I think something's gonna happen that it may go Carlito's way. Let's go to the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther
this is tough.
and The Miz, wrestler versus entertainer. What are our picks?
Sticking with The Miz.
Okay.
Go. I'm going with the ring general retains. But like I said, this is going to be Miz's best match in a long time. So I got that feeling that they're going to give Chicago a great show. Hopefully a 4.5, 5-star banger. But Gunther still goes over and he pushes them to the limit.
Agreed. I think Gunther retains, but I agree that this is going to be a 5-star match just because they want to see how well The Miz does with this. And plus, we're too close to WrestleMania season for this to be a title change this quickly for me, especially with Gunther going as long as he's been going. I think they want to get him to WrestleMania, and then let's see where we can go from there. The Women's World Championship match with Rhea Ripley and Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark showing up in the Judgment Day little hideout there and giving us a great promo. But before that happened, I saw Shayna Baszler eyeing up the championship, and I'm here for that. Side note, sorry. Let's stay on task with Zoe Stark and Rhea Ripley. What are our thoughts? What are our picks?
Rhea wins clean. No help needed.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good match, but I do think she wins clean. But I think she's gonna push her all the way to the limit.
Yeah.
And again, I predict that this might be the match of the night, and I stand by that one. They may steal the show. Okay. War Games match, gentlemen. Let's talk about Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control, including Asuka, Bayley, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky, with Dakota in the flank.
Yep.
Damage Control goes over.
Really, Griff? Why?
Because you can't just put this group together and having high hopes and making them a powerful faction, and then 2 weeks later they lose and go down.
Makes no sense.
Somewhere in there, I think Shotzi going to cost their team the match, and she's going to be out the picture. No, I'm just teasing. But no, I think Dakota's going to be probably a main factor of a distraction in this, and then also Bailey. And I think the person that's going to end up getting the victory out of this is either going to be Ego or Kyrie with some kind of sneak and finishing maneuver out of it.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
Okay.
Great one.
Coach, what's your pick?
Damage control goes over. Similar finish to what Griff just said. You know, you bring Kyrie back. You know, you gotta get her hot, or obviously have the champion pin, make the pin, and then they're gonna raise their hand in the middle of the cage, and then that's when the hyenas jump Scar. And so
I want to say this real quick too. Kyrie, I don't know if y'all noticed or seen that she can deliver a beautiful elbow drop.
Oh yeah.
And I believe she's going to jump on top of the cage and drill either Bianca or Charlotte through a table with that elbow drop.
And miss to Brian's point, because I know that's what he's getting ready to type into the chat.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think I definitely agree. I think damage control goes over here. But this is going to be an insane match because I'm looking at all the players and all the people involved. It's just from damage control's side, like the risk taking that's going to come from these women, from Kyrie and Io, the damage that Asuka is going to do, right? Bailey in her own right. Like this is going to be a very a gritty match, right? Like
right.
This is going to be a grind, and I look forward to it. I don't think it's going to be as good as the men's match, probably, or as good as Rhea and Zoe. But I do think it's going to be a really, really good match. So damage control goes over for me. And last but not least, gentlemen, let's go to the men's war game with Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso. Randy Orton is announced, and Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Drew McIntyre. All the top names on Raw's side. Who's left over?
Listen.
No damn body.
Listen.
Jeez.
Listen.
Tag teams. That's it.
Listen.
Wow.
Right.
Go ahead, Griff.
I'm going to say this. Out of those 10 names, 9 of them are some straight snakes if they want to turn on the snake juice. Meaning they can quickly turn, they can quickly bite, they can quickly snap. The only one that's out of that equation, in my opinion, is Cody. Orton has... I think Cody can be one, but this ain't Cody's time to be that right now.
He got to be All-American till Mania.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. With Randy confirmed officially in this picture now, I really think that the victors are going to go to Cody and Randy now, because you can't have Randy going almost 2 years and come back and lose. I think it's going to go to Randy and them side. And Jay somehow is going to finally get his first victory as a solo. But to be honest though, I'm gonna go with them.
It's a
trick to this. It's gonna be a trick to this too. And here's a trick. Somewhere in there, Jimmy's gonna play a pitcher in this match. I can feel it. Jimmy's gonna play a pitcher.
Of course.
Jimmy, Heyman, and Solo, because they're not on the card. They're gonna find a way in this match. Something's going to happen in that. And if they lose, it's going to be because Rhea did another deal and brought the bloodline in. And I think that might intrigue Priest to be mad again, because he was once mad about the Drew. Then he might be mad again. And then that Monday, here we go. But I'm going to go with Randy and Cody in this case, because I don't know how the match is going to go. But with Randy coming back, I don't see Randy losing his first match like this unless he does one of those. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? And the teams do whatever.
Coach?
I am going with Team Judgment Day Obviously, Hooker Cook got to get it done. The heels go over. It's their year. It's the year of the Judgment Day. It's not going to change. Their fortunes won't change until as it gets closer to Mania, in my opinion. But yeah, it's too much. Even if Randy's coming back, they have to remember feuds come out of the cage too. So we gotta see who's there's a like you said, the Cody Randy, you got that element there of surprise that they can build. But yeah, now it depends on they have to have the heels win, but then more importantly, you're gonna see all of the feuds come out of the cage. So but I think it's Judgment Day's time. They need to come out with the win more so than the faces.
Yeah, I'm with you, Coach. I'm going Judgment Day. I don't. I think that this is a battle for Raw. This is a battle for who's in charge and who's running things. And you got to go with the people with all the gold, right? And it's all in Judgment Day's hands. And so I don't think that they lose this one. I think it's going to be a very a brutal match for sure. But I think I think Judgment Day wins, and then it all hell breaks loose between Drew McIntyre and Judgment Day, and we get something going there. And like you said, Coach, we got to come out of this after the fact.
Yeah.
So I think after that, it's just like a shuffle of the deck of the cards, right? Like anything can happen. Anybody can go with anyone from this situation, and it all makes sense. So it'll be intriguing to see what they decide to do coming out of this, because we don't have another pay-per-view until Royal Rumble. Is that my understanding, Griff?
Correct.
Okay, so nothing. Wow, and nothing until the end of January.
That's a long time.
Wow, right? That's literally 2 and some months. So that's a lot of storytelling, man. That's a lot of time to build up something to go into Royal Rumble. Come on, Shotzi. Now's your time, Shotzi. You're on the card, baby. Come on. Now do something. Come on.
I need to call Lacey Evans back, Sashi. No.
Oh my God. You talk about somebody not doing something. Like, man. The other day, gentlemen, Brian sent a text in the chat about WWE was showing Survivor Series matches all day on 24/7 or on live. And I sat down and I started watching them. And I got to the one with The Undertaker, and I realized that, one, that was the first time that I had actually sat down and watched that entire match, because what? And then also, I had never seen like the actual match. I had only seen like the clip of him coming down the aisle and what's the name saying, "Look at that ham hock," right? I've only seen those pieces until just now. But then I was looking at the team that was involved in that situation, and it was like, that's an interesting cast of characters, and how did we come to this situation? So I was interested to hear your thoughts, gentlemen, on what was the best combination of characters that you can remember being involved in a Survivor Series match, if you can remember at all. But give me your Survivor Series thoughts if you don't have a particular team in mind.
I do have one team in mind that's probably going to catch all you guys off guard. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going with this team. And this is something more recent. And I'm going to have to go with the team of Rhea, Io, Bianca, Toni Storm, and Candice LeRae. Here's my reasons. You got 3 of those 5 that have been world women's champion on the main roster, one being the longest reigning in Bianca. 2, that Survivor Series that year with that team, they fought in War Games the night before that Saturday, and then beat SmackDown and Raw main roster the next night. So
handedly too.
Yeah, and they dominated. So to see them 4 or 5 years later, nearly, and Rhea's dominating as champion, Io's dominating champion, Bianca held it for like a year, some change. And I'm like, dog, that is a dominant team. And because they're ladies and women, they're not going to get a lot of credit and shine and talked about as much as the men. So there was a lot of other teams out there that caught my eye, and I liked it too. But when I think of them up and coming, and then, again, you had War Games, 45, 50-minute match the night before. Then on top of you in Survivor Series against 5 Raw, 5 SmackDown, and you won that match as well too.
That's
yes,
crazy.
it was, Brian. She put the trash can on her head and then jumped off the top of the cage. Yes.
What year?
Epic
What year was
match.
that? That was
19.
Like 19. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
In Chicago.
I just watched that one because then Shayna Baszler turned around and beat Becky Lynch and Charlotte Bailey. Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
That's
they all champions.
Right. That's right.
Yes. I think Keith Lee, Roman, and Seth were like the final 3 on the men's side. I can't remember who all was involved on the men's side, but yeah, man, that was a very, very good Survivor Series. That was
very
because
good.
the lead up to that one was really good because that was the one. The invasion was started by NXT that year.
Yeah, that's
and that's
right.
when Triple H came into the ring and fired the first shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what a shot it was.
Nice.
And what a shot it was. Coach, what are your Survivor Series thoughts?
Oh, it was actually goes back to even a time when I wasn't watching. I just got into college, but when I know we mentioned team, we talk about star power and how it impacted the business. And when you looked at the invasion angle, I didn't realize how jacked up that story was and how they fumbled. I did more research on how good it could have been had the big money players came in there. Obviously, your Kevin Nashes and your Scott Halls and your Ric Flairs and all those big money guys at the end of WCW's run didn't come over right away to make that story what it should have been. But Vince, obviously, the way he trying to make lemons and lemonade and make as much money as possible. But the team that obviously that stuck out to me, where I had to go back and do my research with star power, was the team WWF with Taker, Kane, The Rock, Jericho, and Big Show.
2001.
Yep.
The Alliance.
Yep. So that was. I mean, I wasn't watching then, but I'm always going back and finding, okay, what impacted business when the business turned, or what, where was their high stakes? And so obviously this was the one that caught my attention, and I went and watched that match in its entirety. And I would have loved to see that. Obviously, you know who my GOAT is, but seeing the GOAT in person, with to see that match, I would have loved to see that match in person because that was star power all over the place. Yep. So then, that
was actually my thought. I was taking it a step further with the situation where Stone Cold Steve Austin was leading the Alliance from the ECW side.
Crazy.
It's like how do you go from being the top of the top of the top of the mountain of WWE, and you are the man, there's no question about it, to now representing the ECW side? How, from a storyline standpoint, do we get to this point? And it's because of what you were talking about, Coach, where the guys didn't come over, and you needed somebody on the other side to make this make sense, to make this feud make sense. And to your point, man, you gotta have patience with that. Right? You didn't get the guys that you needed. Why rush that storyline? I understand Survivor Series is a specific time, but you didn't need to necessarily rush that storyline. But who am I to say?
Yeah, because they scrapped it because you had ECW come over. The story was trash. The way they handled it over that time period, it still didn't materialize. Yeah, and they just didn't do it right. Had they brought over Nash, Hogan, the main WCW crew right away, it would have went in a totally different direction. And you won't even get that Stone Cold spot. Everybody can kind of stay put, and you probably won't even get Paul Heyman in ECW wasting time. For them to come over and do all that, bring their entire army over, then to align with WCW made no sense. But Kurt Angle was the one that came out, looking stupid too, because he in there being a mole, you know what I'm saying? So they was just all over,
the whole time.
they was just all over the place with the angle, So go ahead, Griff.
You know what's interesting about that Survivor Series and that year alone? It's the what if. Like,
all right.
How would and what if Triple H didn't get injured that year? Because once Triple H got injured, that's when that whole alliance thing blew, like, straight out the thing.
Yeah.
But if Triple H did get injured, how would that really? I mean, we'll never know, of course, but it just sometimes comes to my mind when I do watch back the era of the alliance of ECW, WCW. Like, wow, what if Triple H didn't get hurt, and if Triple H was still like not hurt, how would he play a role in this? Or what if Triple H did get hurt? Would this ever happen? It's so, you get what I'm saying? So I think that was a feeling I could notice when he came back. Alliance was done. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when I think of that 2001, that Alliance and ECW era, I think about, man, what if Triple H didn't get hurt? How would Triple H fit in this? But more importantly, will this go on if Triple H didn't get hurt? Because now you're looking at a different dynamic team in Survivor Series and a whole different storyline because Triple H is not visible there. Now that he's not there, now here comes Big Show. Now here comes Kane. Now here comes Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, Undertaker and DDP had a good little story going at first. That was kind of real. You know what I'm saying? Like DDP went from bang to going to this dude crib, man, trying to mess with his wife while he on Raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got personal. I'm like, oh, DDP got it like that.
Nice.
Gotta love a home invasion storyline.
Yeah,
gotta love
it.
A home invasion
Love it.
storyline.
Yes.
Love it.
Gotta love a home invasion storyline.
Brian Pillman with the gun. That they cut that.
God.
Can't find that nowhere. That was hilarious.
What wild TV, my guy! Like, what wild TV?
Yes,
man,
bruh.
Back in the day, like, you could do anything on television, I guess. Anyway, Survivor Series. Were there any Survivor Series matches that jumps out to us? Not necessarily the teams, but the match itself. The one that, if I can go first, the one that I automatically think about, I want to say it was 2018. Griff, please help me with my dates. Triple H was leading Team SmackDown, Team Raw.
Yes,
Raw.
And it was he was Raw then.
And it was like it was a very, very quick Survivor Series, if I can remember it. It was the reason it jumps out to me is because what could be such an epic match every year kind of falls flat for me sometimes. And this one really, really did it, because it was like, all right, Raw versus SmackDown, let's do this, like, brand supremacy. Oh, that's what we got. Okay.
Do you remember who was on that team?
During that. Shoot,
I remember
that I was looking for.
Was that the one where Kurt was with him?
Kurt, I remember Kurt.
That was 2017.
Balor was on Raw. I remember that.
Yeah, I watched that one. I did watch.
I remember and Triple H. I want to say Strowman was with them too. I know who it was. It was Strowman, Samoa Joe, Balor, Triple H, and Angle. And then on SmackDown, I think it was Shane, Orton, Bobby Roode, Cena.
Yes.
And I'm missing one.
Shinsuke.
Yes. That's what it was.
Terrible ass, trash ass match. It could have been so much better.
It started good though. That match started good though. Between Finn and Shinsuke, that was it started fine, and then it
just became Triple H's show, and it was just like, what are we doing?
Right.
But one match that was good on that card though, they kicked it off.
Help me out, Griff. Yes.
The Shield versus New Day.
Yeah.
That match was fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we talking.
Yeah.
You know what? That match should have been a WrestleMania like match, right? Like that should have been
easily.
that there should be a trios championship just off of that match, right? Like those names, especially what they go on to be, what they've done. That should have been a trios match on a Mania card.
Yeah.
Sorry,
no
keep going. Favorite matches or matches that you remember.
The one I thought about is when Dean Ambrose was on Team SmackDown with AJ, Shane going against KO, Chris Jericho, Seth, Roman, and Braun.
Yeah.
That actually was, from beginning to end, was actually a good Survivor Series with the concept, with the elimination concept. The curveball was actually, and that actually had drama at the end with the Shield reunion when Dean got with when Seth Roman got with Dean, because when Dean went
they
crazy.
put through the table?
AJ.
Okay.
Yeah, they put AJ to the table.
So yeah, I thought that team was well assembled, and just when we just think about Survivor Series matches, action from beginning to end, and like I said, comparison to that match that you described that fell flat with Triple H, this match was 10 times better, and then had the drama at the end. So that was the one
that was like an hour long too.
Yeah, it was very very long, but I'm just going back, and when they started that Team SmackDown and Raw type deal, and you look at all those teams, some of them they was combobulated together, and it was no heat. Like it was terrible teams, terrible no way they should be together. But those matches, those guys in my mind, that stood out, and it was actually not bad. So yeah.
You say they're just teams that are thrown together. There's no heat. It's really, really hard to kind of script this type of match, right? A 5-on-5 elimination style match.
Yeah.
You kind of need the chaos of War Games, right? So the addition of War Games has kind of helped revive Survivor Series in my mind.
Great point.
So what are our thoughts about the War Games match, and what are we looking forward to as far as War Games in general?
I think War Games is kind of like it's kind of like a Money in the Bank. It's a match that can either expose where you at, or it can catapult your career. When you're in a War Games match, 2 rings, cage, and you got all these superstars in there with you, it's like, what you gonna do in this cage? Like, hey, I'm not a high risk maneuver person, but I'm gonna put my body on the line. I'm gonna go up here and get the fans, get everybody involved, and I'm finna, like, I can't do no flip, but I'm finna jump off this mug and I'm finna splash everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all better catch me. You got to go up the ante when you're dealing with War Games, man. And the good part about this War Games is not like the old WCW Fall Brawl where, well, no, I could be wrong. They got the roof cage over it too, don't they? Or is it open?
It's open.
I can't remember, because I remember at one point it was closed, and then now it's open.
It's
I want to
open
say
now.
it has to be open because EO jumped.
Yes.
So it has to be open.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Because
it was closed back in the day, though.
It was. And I didn't like that because, like, you literally was, like, bumping your head, and, like, one false move, you could, like, hurt yourself. But no, it's really good. And that's why I liked even with the women's match. We know there's going to be some crazy high-risk maneuvers between them and Damage Control. You know what I'm saying? I won't be surprised if Bailey even jumps up and try to do something. That's just what it is, man. Pure adrenaline. But I think it's one of these matches, how I feel about War Games. It's a match that can either deflate your career or your opportunity to get a good storyline down the road, or it's going to elevate your game and it's going to impress all of us, including those in the back, that, okay, wait a minute. We seen this dude go down at the Performance Center. We seen this cat do their thing on NXT, but he jumping off the cage like this, he doing this, and he working well with Seth, he working well with Cody. We might see something here. Now you giving writers a different glimpse of, okay, wait a minute, yo, we gotta have a meeting real quick. Like, we need to write another story and see this person going this way. So I think it's a great opportunity for everybody's career to catapult to the next level.
Yeah,
Absolutely, Coach.
you have to be in there. The elite of the elite. There's a reason why they're called to this match. You have to have the trust. You have to have the knowledge and expertise and wherewithal to accept Shotzi. Yeah, I don't know, but in her case, Wiseman experience. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Very good
saying. You
point.
still, to their point, I was minus her. You got to think about it. Minus Shotzi, everybody else in there is well groomed, well conditioned, and ready for a match on the women's side. But everybody on the men's side, I think, is capable of tearing the house down. They've proven their worth, but it's just but the match itself. I think you made this point last week, Jackie. The longer you're in this, it's to your disadvantage. Due to the amount of damage that can be done. So a war of attrition. Who can work together? Who can do the most damage? But in Griff's point, picking the spots on high risk maneuvers. That's going to take trust, obviously, and then being in the right spot, taking care of each other in there, coming out. Everybody comes out healthy, no injuries, because at the end of the day, we gotta get to Rumble season. We have to get to 2024, and and then get on the big stage. So yeah, this match is I think which kind of may be the reason why there's no PLEs for the rest of the year, just in case some shit went down. You know what I'm saying? So
Get healthy.
get healthy, figure it out. But yeah, trust, experience, and like I said, to your point, Jackie, let's bring some star power, some stuff back to Survivor Series that we haven't seen in a while. Let's get it. How can we get interested again rather than the traditional elimination deal, which fell flat and got stale. This injected new life, and I love the idea. Even more excited to see the NXT crew go at it at their style of match. So
Yeah, that's gonna be different as well. But you said something about trust in this situation with again, Judgment Day and the face Team Cody. I don't know, what are we
Team
calling
Cody,
them?
Team Nightmare. They don't even have a name. They don't have a name. They don't
Whatever.
name them no more.
Them other dudes. So between Judgment Day and them other dudes, Judgment Day are the only ones that actually have some type of trust built, right? And so when you get into this situation, when you get into war games, and I'm trying to think of who's going to be the most active in this situation. And I'm thinking about Judgment Day will be the ones to bring in all of the weapons and things like that, because they're going to come in with a plan. Seth and them are going to be, have some type of plan, but they're all individuals. They're all for themselves.
Yep.
So the only one with experience on that side is Jay, from my understanding, right? That
Sammy.
yeah. Oh, and Sammy. Yes, Jay and Sammy. So, but again, nobody on that side trusts anyone. So, that's going to make for an interesting war game situation to be locked in that cage with once everybody gets inside.
Yeah.
I think I honestly believe, going back to catapult, the keyword catapult, I think this is a great moment, and I really believe, in my opinion, Dominic and JD is going to steal the show in this war game. Whether they be the offensive players or the defensive players, meaning they're going to do a lot of crazy stuff in there offensively and hitting moves, or they're going to be getting their tail whooped bad and thrown all the way around. They're going to be selling the heck out of it defensively.
Oh yeah.
But I think this is going to be great for Dom for his push for title contention next year. But I think this is a real good moment for JD in this match, offensively and defensively.
JD. I'm a fan. Come on, Blockhead. Come on, Blockhead. You can do this, Blockhead.
That's a priest, right?
Come on, Blockhead.
Right, Wise man. That's a priest. Don't kill him first, Wise man, because him and priest.
Facts.
Funny thing that priest. If y'all caught this, we're talking about priest and JD. I think it was a show a couple weeks ago when they was back in they, in they Judgment Day mansion or whatever. Hang out. JD had on the priest shirt. It Damien hit him with the. Did you pay for that?
Yeah.
If you look at,
hey, he did that in Saginaw, bro.
If you look in the background, Dominic has on the same shirt, and Dominic covers his up and, and make sure he can't see it.
Listen, hold on. Let me tell you what Dave did the other night they was here. So he took his shirt off, got ready to throw it in the crowd, but he like threw it on the floor by the ring. Of course, Cody went and picked it up and threw it in the crowd for the fan. He threw it by the ring. Hey, David said, y'all shut up. He said, the concession stands out there, go buy my shirt. I ain't giving y'all nothing for free. So then later on, he was like, when Cody come out, bro, he said, y'all can't sing. Y'all even on the same beat. And there's no pyro here. Like, he's not having no pyro. Y'all chill out. Like, Dame is a fool, bro.
Oh, yeah. I can tell. Yeah. I can
he was sitting there looking like, man, just come on with the show, bro. Like he looked at Cody. He said, bro, you got no pyro, man. Get in the ring and let's get this out the way. I'm ready to go.
Bro, those house shows.
You remember that one show?
Bro.
Hey, do you remember that one time they was doing a promo in the ring, and I think Cody or somebody came out. Bruh. He just turned his head like, man, I'm over this. Like, here, just take the mic. I'm done. I'm just over it.
House shows are classic.
Bro.
But Paul
Heyman, they're more intimate. Yeah,
Paul Heyman shows his ass too. Paul Heyman shows his ass too.
Those are a lot of fun,
bruh.
Well, boys, Survivor Series is coming up. War Games is on us. And we'll be watching this one live. We're going to attempt to be live on YouTube and watch this one. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen, as we try to figure out technology, and technology tries to figure us out. Right. And we're just going to attempt to do this in our own way. And come holler at us. Come check in, leave a chat. Say something to us. Well, we're just gonna sit and watch as boys and see what happens. But we would love to hear from you as that happens. With that being said, let's go ahead and wrap up this one, gentlemen, and let's let the people know where they can find us. Coach Montay, where can the people find you?
Everybody, y'all can find me at Coach Montay 24 at IG. Obviously, got a great week ahead of wrestling. Love to share with y'all and continue to hit that like and subscribe button. And we're gonna continue to grind, learn and grind and learn, and get y'all the fire content that y'all deserve. Like I said, this is our element. This is our weekly therapy session. Wouldn't want to do it with no one else on this planet but you brothers right here. So, but we appreciate y'all love and support and continue to do so. Yep.
Word. Griff, let the people know where they can find you.
Absolutely. Instagram, IG, Griff Nation 84. Appreciate the love and support, not just on my personal handle, but also the ECW handle. It's a lot of love, a lot of posts shared. Shout out to Duke and shout out to Stonewall for giving us a lot of love these past few days. We really appreciate it. And we still continue our support with you guys as well, too, and do what we can to get you guys exposed and market out there as well. And you also can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at cgriff84.
Yeah.
Indeed. And you can find me on Instagram and X at Jackie Miles 42. And you can find B Dix always in the background, but you can also find him on Cash App at BDix989. This man is upset about that Andre 3000 album. Let me say this. He is very, very upset about that album. But that's for another podcast.
That's another pod.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your love and support. Catch us on social media. You can catch us on Instagram and Twitter at Ebony Champ Wrestling. You can also catch us on YouTube at Ebony Championship Wrestling. And you can find us always having the conversation, the chatter going each and every week here. The Ebony Championship Podcast is signing off, ladies and gentlemen. But, Coach, let them know.
We never tapping out.
Never tapping out. And we'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good one. Peace.